I got it in the mail Sunday, a little flyer just folded up, no postage on it, and it was just a, hey, I'm dog walking business if you want to do dog walking. And I was like, man, she should be really careful about doing this. Like, you can't do this. And I was like, it's a good thing to kind of talk about at the next sales meeting of what not to do and what to do instead, and just talk about the fines on it. So I meant to bring the flyer. I left it at home just to show you the visual of it. She just had a little QR code on there and stuff. So just please never do this. So don't put anything inside of the mailbox that doesn't have postage on it at all. And that's where we're getting to. That's a federal offense. Okay. Putting marked materials inside a mailbox without postage is a federal violation. Mailboxes are federally protected property. Hope you know that. So don't be hitting them with baseball bats and stuff like that. Federal charge. Kids did that in our neighborhood, or like growing up for some reason. I don't know why. But only the United States Postal Service can place items inside the mailbox unless there's postage on it, and it goes through them. And I know you're saying, oh, it's just one flyer. Like, what can that do? So for each flyer, every mailbox you put in, it's $200 per mailbox, and you can get fined up to $5,000. So if you're going around, you're walking neighborhoods, you're inviting people to open houses or doing stuff like that, don't put anything in their mailbox. Like, if someone turns you in, then you're going to be up Schitt's Creek, if you will. So don't do that. I'll just stay away from the mailbox altogether. We're going to go over what to do instead. Okay. So again, taking a short path, this is just high risk. It's bad ROI when you're getting fined. So it can be very expensive marketing. So what is legal? UPS every door direct mail. That's a lot of people do that. Bulk mailing, doing stamp mail, door hangers. I know a lot of you do that. You could completely do that if they have a no solicitation sign on their some apartment buildings and things like that, or houses, they'll have no solicitation. Just don't hang them on there. Um, Hand delivery right to the person. Leave materials at the door, just not inside the mailbox.
The question, the neighborhood right by my house says at the entry, then no solicitation.
Shouldn't be dropping stuff off them.
I don't
Yeah.
mail stuff there, but
Well, you can mail stuff there all you want. You just can't be going and knocking on doors and saying, hey, you want to buy or sell? or handing out stuff.
can they do that? Is it sort of like the do not call list that whole neighborhood can put themselves on?
Yeah, it's technically private property. They can say, yeah, I don't want any solicitations to it. So, all right. Yeah. HOAs, that's actually McCandless actually, I think, came out with that if you're going to go around and walk neighborhoods, that you have to register with them that you're walking around the neighborhood. So if you are walking neighborhood, it's worth checking with the township to see if there's any rules or if you have to do anything before going and doing that. Okay. So what to do instead? The door hanger campaign. Love those. Going and just getting door hangers, putting them on. Doing every door direct mail, or just targeting like a micro farm of 100 to 300 houses. If you're going to send out stuff, there was Reminder Media actually put out this research kind of thing they did. It was 12 by 12. So what they did is they went around, walked around the neighborhood that they knew there wasn't a dominant agent that sold a lot of houses. And they said, who's the number one agent in this marketplace around your neighborhood? And everybody was like, I don't know. They made a fake agent. They sent out 12 mailers for 12 weeks. And then they went back around and interviewed people and said, who's the dominant agent? Like, who's the number one agent in your area? Like, most of the people all said, oh, it's this person. Not even, it was a completely fake agent, never sold a house there, but they said that's the best agent in that area. So you're better off sending out more to less rather than sending out less to a lot. Does that make sense? Following? Okay, cool. All right. Sponsor or volunteer in your community. Sounds very simple, but great way to meet people, pick up business. Targeted online ads, if you want to buy ads, or going on Facebook, Google, or just doing, find out what your home is worth type things with QR codes that you can send out, social media and things like that. Do those things instead of no postage. Again, don't need any shortcuts. You just need to get good systems in place for what you're doing with your marketing. And before we have our sponsors, or sorry, our speakers talk, just I want to hear from you guys. What's the cheapest legal marketing strategy that you using right now that actually work that are budget friendly? Social media. Not surprised. I had a post about this the other day, so I had a lot of different people talking about this. Anybody else? Anything? What's that? Phone calls, social media. Yeah, Kevin. Yeah, love it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Kevin's talking about using his like the listing concierge stuff he doesn't always completely use. Like there's brochures. I know there's people that get a ton of brochures. You don't hand those all away. Like go ahead and remarket those. Get those back out to people. Hand those out. Don't just keep them in your office of like you got 30 brochures in there that are just gonna go to waste and
Been
then
looking in my
there's a lot of agents that do this. I've seen it. So like just don't keep them in your office. Find a way to get those out to people and say, look at the marketing I do when I sell houses. But the number one thing people said, open houses, that was the biggest way to pick up business. Um, it was that, some for sale by owners, a little bit expired. Social media was a big one. So, all right.